Hi friends, welcome back. This is Learning Curve. I'm your girl, Christy Joe, and today we are learning about nightingales. Before we begin, if you have no idea what's going on here, don't feel bad because neither do I. Just kidding. What we do here is we pull totally random topics out of this bowl. We hopefully learn about them together in a very short amount of time, although I'm not super great at that part because I really like to talk. I'm going to slow this down a little bit because I can tell I'm talking really fast. I get excited. Anyway, the last few topics I've pulled have really not been my favorites. So I'm going to invite you guys to participate. Let's shake things up. Drop a comment, hit the inbox, let me know something you want to learn about, and I'm going to add it to the mix. Nothing's too weird, nothing's too taboo. We're just friends and we can talk about anything, right? So get involved, have some fun with me. So today we're learning about nightingales. How did the slip end up in the bowl? It comes from the Disney movie Cinderella, which was one of my favorites growing up because I, in fact, had an evil stepmother. And in the movie Cinderella, the stepsisters, who were like total bitches, we're just being real, were taking singing lessons. They were horrible. They sounded like Yoko Ono, like times 10. Like they were that bad. Anyway, the song they were singing was Sing Sweet Nightingale. That's how the slip wound up in here. Like I said, it didn't turn out the way I'd hoped. They're really not that exceptional, which makes it kind of funny that there are all these like poems, songs, all of this wonderful stuff about them because they're not that exciting. So I'm going to teach you about them anyway. We're going to pull a new slip so that we can all move on, learn about something better. But as far as appearance, nightingales look very similar to an American robin, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. The main difference is that the nightingale is going to be slightly larger, and instead of the red breast, it's going to have a white to cream colored breast. The males and the females are pretty much identical. The main difference between the two sexes is that only the male birds sing. You heard me right. It's pretty interesting. That's not common at all. The males also only sing when they're trying to attract a mate. And this is a hard game. Like, many of the male birds don't end up mating. And for that reason, they even sing throughout the night, which is another reason that the nightingale kind of became legendary, because there aren't a lot of birds that actually sing throughout the nighttime hours. So the nightingale, the male nightingale, obviously, has one of the most beautiful songs known in nature. It also makes many different sounds, like there's a wide array of noises that come out of this bird. And if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and look that up, listen to those at your own leisure. Take your time, enjoy them. You know, if you find something super cool, like Avi, hit your girl up because I want to know. But I guess the only other super interesting thing to me about this bird is that they were often held in golden cages. And the reason that I find this so interesting is that in humankind, we often find this metaphor applied to like rich people, beautiful people, people who are expected to be something because of lineage, because of a heritage, because they're a legacy of some kind. In fact, there's a book called The Golden Cage that is known as like the inspiration to girls with anorexia. And it's a story about, pardon me, a girl who feels like she has to starve herself to be completely perfect physically because she's living within a golden cage, and that's the only way for her to stand out. So I found this piece of information about the nightingale interesting because I'm wondering if that's where that comes from in human culture. Let me know if you guys know anything about that, if you have some knowledge as to where that does come from, if I'm on the right track here, because I'm really not sure. That's really about it for this Nightingale. Like I said, this one was lame AF. Yo, thanks for hanging with me anyway. That's kind of the problem with the structure of this series, is that I'm locked into whatever topic I pull out of the bowl, no matter how much or how little there ends up being. But I really do appreciate you being here with me. Let's pull a new topic. I have faith. I have faith. Do y'all have faith? This is gonna be a good one. Like, no more bullshit. No more just having to get up here and talk to you about a lot of nothing. It's silver. I feel like this one at least gives me some options, right? Like, there are probably a million different ways that I can go with this topic. So I swear I'm going to make this one exciting. Your girl's got some shit up her sleeve. Promise. So thanks for hanging with me. I hope to get some feedback from you guys on some new topics, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love.